what we call political awakening. I repeat, what is going on currently in northern Nigeria is what we call political awakening. Fulani politicians are being retired by Tinubu's administration. Top Fulani cabals are being retired by Tinubu's administration. Now the Hausas have started giving Fulani quick notice politically. I repeat, the Hausas have started giving the Fulani quick notice politically. Now look at what this Hausa man is saying. He says, if Fulani ever kill another Hausa sultan, after what we saw, what they did to our sultan, Sarkin Gobi. Sarkin Gobi was abducted, was kidnapped by the Fulani, and they tortured him. Sarki of the Hausas. You know what the Fulani does is that they capture their kings in the guise of insecurity. The politicians will say that you're not part of them, you're not part of them. But they are using these guys to capture their kings, kill their kings, disrupt their traditional institutions, and then take over. So what they did to Sultan Sarki Gobi, the video went viral. He was one of the last Hausa kings in the north. They intentionally went for this one and they kidnapped him. Now I have asked questions. Sultan of Sokoto is living in the midst of terrorists and bandits. In fact, one of their headquarters is in Sokoto State. Chibin US like throw them inside Sokoto State. Sultan of Sokoto is living in their midst and he is not worried. Are we fools in Nigeria? Sultan of Sokoto is living in the base, the headquarters base of these bandits. He is not worried. But one Sarki Hausa leader, they are running helter skelter because these bandits are targeting them. But their Fulani enemies are not being targeted. Let me ask you a question. All these videos we are seeing, all these bandits kidnapping and attacking, have you seen any Fulani that is begging for his life? Have you seen them? Even if there is, what is the percentage? Now, the Hausas, because of the kind of politics that Tinubu is playing at the federal level, that is what is giving the Hausa man to come out. This man coming out to say what he's saying. What he's saying? He says, if Fulani ever kill another Hausa sultan, after what we saw that you people did to our Sarkin Gobi, and also Sultan Sarkin Agugu, if they ever deal into another sultan, we all know where each and every Fulani emir lives, and we will hunt them down. That is what the Hausas are saying. Imagine the Hausas at this age and time having the boldness to threaten the Sultan of Sokoto. The Hausas, Sultan of Sokoto, it tells you a lot that is going on. Politically, these people are being decimated. I am saying this, I am saying this. People don't really, I like it. Let the Fulani people, let those northerners, those oppressors, let them don't believe what we are saying. It go clear from their eye. If you win the selection, it go clear from their eye. Now the Hausas, we need the Hausas to make sure that they put the Fulanis in check. The Hausas need to be supported by the South. If the Hausas can be able to rise up, the Fulani is gone. We support from the South. Because we are all pushing for a better country. Mind you, every person that pushed for Biafra wanted a better country in the first place. They found out that it is not working because of some factors. That is why they are pushing for agitation. Everybody that's pushing for agitation, whether they are Niger Delta militant or whatever it is, or OPC or Yoruba Nation activities or Biafra or IPB, they once were part of the one Nigeria they believed. But because they saw that the Nigeria cannot work because of some factors, that is why. Now, if the Fulani were not catch this murderous Fulani, because it is the rat that is inside that will give notice to that outside. The Fulani will tell you that we Fulani, we are different. We have 5 kinds of Fulani. The people perpetrating evil are Fulani outside. Buhari and Erufai that invited Fulani into Nigeria Should be the Fulani inside, invite Fulani outside. Look at the southwest and southeast. If what is happening in the north happen in the southwest or southeast, the people will rise up against. Both on social media, physically, people will rise up against them. But you people in the north, you are doing like you're not concerned because they are not killing people. They are killing Hausa, Christians and Muslims and other people. So when we start revenging and start profiling every Fulani person, you now start telling them that it is not all Fulani. When you have the opportunity to stop this guy, you refuse because it's not affecting you. Just like the summer of Sokoto, because it's the banditry, the insecurity is not affecting you. It's affecting other things that are not Fulani, but it's not affecting you. So this husband is telling any other attempt to kidnap any Hausa, Sultan, Sauti, we know where the Fulani areas, all Fulani areas live. I will make sure we hold them down. The language these people understand is violence for violence. They don't understand dialogue. They don't understand lobbying. That is why in the Southwest, I saw a program whereby farmers and Fulani were having this press conference how to foster peace. You do press conference with Fulani terrorists on how to foster peace. How many press conference?
Never know anything.
How many peace initiatives have they had in the Middle Belt? And still the Fulani them go against it.
Okay.
What? Why? Wait, I want to ask a question. Why are you having peace with an aggressor? That doesn't. Sometimes I get dumbfounded. So the Hausas need to be supported. Now, what should the Hausa do? We know that the Fulani targeted their institutions of power. They should make sure that they need to liberate themselves from the chokehold of the Fulani after they capture their institutions. I like the Yoruba people and how they are being proactive. Some affairs are telling the Sultan and some clerics in Northern Nigeria that usually the first mosque was built in Yoruba. Who is the Sultan? Who is a Fulani, whatever, that will tell us how to practice Islam in southwest Nigeria? You know that these same Northerners, they say any southwest Muslim is not Muslim enough. That is their own cup of tea. Cup of tea, you understand? So they will be able to make sure that the institutions that have been captured by the Fulani, they must deliberately. This needs a lot of work. Liberation, liberating yourself is not easy. It's a long walk to freedom. And this is the best time for them to start. Now that they have a southern president that is pressing the necks on Fulani, now that the Fulani generals are going one by one, Fulani top guys are relegating them politically. They are no more popular as it were. There's no area, influence, they are not strong, they are divided. Some of them are in APM, some of them are in PRP, some of them are in ADC. There's no union, there's division among the Fulani generals now. Except for those terrorists that are having international backing. That is Islamization agenda. They are one under Islamization agenda. The politically they are divided. Buhari is no more. Babangida and Co, other people are going. Who are those that are going to stand as the cabals of the north? Absalom, we don't hear from him again. Who are those? So now is the time for these Hausa people to take it up on themselves, to liberate themselves with the support they are getting. Now they have somebody at the center, which is the president. You know, if you're a Fulani president, it will have been difficult for them. If we had a Fulani president currently, it will have been difficult for them. So I'm enjoining every Hausa person. Make sure you vote for a southern presidential candidate. Don't vote for a northern candidate. If that northern candidate is an Hausa person, vote. If that candidate is not a Hausa person, don't vote for somebody that will not fulfill your interests. Your interests will come first. The other people need to come together and have an ideology, have a movement that they will pull behind ideologies. They have the numbers. What they need to do is to consolidate on their numbers. Anybody running for governor in any state he must be able to attend to the interest of the Hausa people. All this one that if they kill, we kill. That one should be primary. Like secondary. The main thing is that build institutions that can stand the test of time. I hear that in the north, Fulani has their movement. They don't want Hausa to have their own movement. A movement of Fulani politicians, Fulani professionals, Fulani people. In the Hausa, where they? The Hausa, the people that are doctors, they are just scattered. There's no institution that bring them together so that they can be a force in the economy in the north. While the Fulani has theirs. So that's what the Hausas need to do at this point in time. Because I promise the Fulani, if we are allowed to win the election 2027, you know, they won't say this thing and people it like say nothing. If you are allowed to win the election 2027, you go hear discuss, it will be like that Arsenal, how Gabriel lost that penalty. Have you know most Arsenal fans like me, anytime I see that video, I don't watch it. It look like nightmare. As Gabriel lost the penalty, it looks for me, it be like nightmare. And they run away. Tell me a lot. So the reality here is that let's start like this. There should be an agenda by the Hausa people, consolidate on the political appointments by President Bola Tinubu. This election of 2027 be decisive, come into groups, support a candidacy from the south. I don't want to say support Tinubu or support Obi. Our value support the Tinubu because Tinubu all these things that Tinubu started. They don't support any Fulani political candidate. In your region, you know that they have conquered you politically. Even at this point in time, maybe they have brought out candidates. Make sure your interests are represented in whoever you are going to vote. You must be able to identify the interests of the Hausa people and the Hausa resistance. Anybody that is coming to push the Mandafodia agenda, do not vote for that person. The person does not like you. I ask the question, how many Fulani have you seen them torturing in the bush? How many Fulani? The Oga of Belutuji, Oga, he was telling Belutuji that they should stop killing Fulani people. Their target is the Hausa, Christians, and Muslims. Don't let the Fulani fool you, or these people fool you that we all Muslims, we are brotherhood. When they killed Abiola, who was Abiola was a Christian. The Fulani, if you come for political power, they don't respect Islam. So far, you are not their tribe. You are not in their clique. Muslim brotherhood, they are war. These will make you lower your guard down. Then the Fulani are one of the people that they preserve their culture and their language. Not anyone can speak their language. You cannot speak their language anyhow. They preserve their language themselves. Very intelligent, smart set of people. And they have been consistent and committed to their ideology. That's one thing that stands out about them. Irrespective of where they are. They recognize themselves and they are consistent and committed to the ideology of taking Nigeria, which is they believe is their father's estate. Fulani believe that the whole of Nigeria belongs to their forefathers. They have their own history, they read to themselves. And we are seated here. You know one thing about a black man is that we don't prepare for 100 years to come. We want to live in the present. Somebody made a statement on Twitter. It may be unrelated, but it makes sense. This guy is from Ẹwagbọ. He said that the Yoruba civilization will outlast that of the Igbos because the Yorubas find a way to preserve their culture, preserve their language. They find a way to pass it from one generation to another. I was born and bred in Lagos. I did not have the opportunity to assimilate the language, which you cannot blame an infant for not being able to learn the language if the environment is not provided. When you see these Yoruba parents, if you see what they do, they are very much conscious about preserving their culture, preserving their language. The languages that go extinct are languages that are not preserved from one generation to another generation. Imagine Let's use the South for example. Okay, it is our daily of parents. We because of our movement all over the world, our children are unable to speak our language. We are going to die. Our children are going to take over from us, Abi. So when they are going to be able to speak the language, there are many things that are not preserved. There are many words, even words that are not preserved. The people that had it, they died with it a long time ago. They could not pass it to the next generation. That generation will still not teach the children because the kind of language you listen here is not even complete. So things are mixing. If you're speaking, you will come put English journal. Now the next generation, you will put almost nothing to the next generation. That is how a civilization is extinguished. That's how languages go into they go into oblivion. Languages, civilization. The Fulani are very, very intentional. Almost all Fulani knows how to speak the Fulani language, even though they know how to speak Hausa. Almost all Fulani, it may be very hard to see Fulani that is not able to speak Fulani language. But it is very easy for you to see a Southerner not able to speak his own indigenous language. Because we are not all about preservation. We don't think about 100 years from now. And that's what I'm afraid of. I've talked about this. That's why I'm saying Southern Nigeria should restructure. Because if we are in the same Nigeria together with these guys are preserving their culture, pushing the agenda. If we get to a point in time, they will enslave all of us. We will lose our identity, we will lose our heritage, our culture, our history to these guys. That's what happened to the Hausa people. And these Fulani people, they can wait for a very long time. They are very patient, they can wait for a very, very long time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter today. So far, they are consistent and when they are pushing. So the Hausa people, their language is still being preserved. The Fulani have tried everything they can, but they have not been able to succeed. But your institutions, they have taken over your institutions, and we need to start from those institutions from the next election. Don't vote for this Fulani political candidate. Because the one that local Nigeria produced, the leaders that local Nigeria produced are leaders that will speak on the Fulani, on the Hausa existence. They're the ones that are leaders. Tell me top leaders in the north today. They are Fulani. So I'm not saying like Fulani is bad, but the people and leadership from local Nigeria, they have shown that they are students of Uthman Danfodio. I have said it many times that Uthman Danfodio, if he were alive today, present today, he would have been called a bandit in terrorists under our current situation, circumstance. Uthman Danfodio would have been called a terrorist and bandit. That one is clear. Nobody is missing anything. So any leader from the north that you see, if you look at his body language and what he stands for and what he represents, you will see that he is consistent with the ideology of Uthman Danfodio. Make sure you vote that person out. Support the South. Align with the South. I like what he is doing. He has dismantled them in that area. Yes. And the South is now together, pushing seriously, take over politically. One thing we need is that we need to take over the military. If you are able to do that, I don't finish it. If you are able to do that, now when we look at it, we have.
Bang billion na kay bo. Ngada ba tu nili na. Ya kay labe comment. Eti go. Eti gani. Ane juba na lo.